dive in and I'll show you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I think this video is probably my most excited I've been about a video. Real quick update, we are 32 weeks tomorrow. We just passed Valentine's Day. My husband got me this adorable gold necklace with baby's initial on there. I'd love to hear any guesses of what do you think it's gonna be. Starts with an E. Let's get into the video. We are doing a gift guide for beginner Bible journalers. The person that I'm actually making this particular gift for is my mom. She's not a big reader in terms of not just the Bible, but anything in general. She does go to Bible study, I believe, once a week, and she goes to church and is involved, but she's not just a big reader. And reading the Bible can be very intimidating. The way that I started reading is actually through Bible journaling. It didn't always start with all these notes. Let me see if I can find some of my first ones. Like even stuff like that. I just started coloring, having fun with it. I wasn't worried about the studying particularly. As some of the pages were drying, whether that's from paint or glue, I was like, all right, might as well start studying the other side. And the more I studied, the more I enjoyed it and the less intimidating it was. So my mom's been watching my Bible journaling videos and she's like, okay, I need to try that. Maybe that's the missing link that will get me back into the Word. I should totally make a gift basket for you. That's what today's video is all about. I made sure to purchase as economical as possible. So you can get the stuff from Dollar Tree, 99-cent store, Rite Aid, CVS, anything like that. You do not have to buy expensive things. Let's just dive in and I'll show you what's included in my gift guide, how I'm gonna wrap everything up, and then we have a special little feature as well. Can't wait to show you. Let's dive into it. First things, this isn't like decorated or anything yet, but I did get this basket. I think it was $3.99 at like a discount store. Perfect size. I didn't want it to be too big. You kind of want a container. I have my rolling craft cart that I put everything in there. Actually, let me just get it real quick. You guys might have seen this. It's a 3-tiered craft cart. I bring this with me everywhere. There is a board that if I'm sitting on the couch, I can put this on a pillow and then on my lap and I'll do a lot of stuff here. Or if I'm sitting on the couch and want to watch TV, you can actually take this stuff out, put it on top. So that's really handy. I got this from Michael's. That's the craft cart I used. You don't need all of this stuff, and I wanted something that was a little bit more accessible, approachable, and something I can like easily hand over. Let's dive into that. So first things, you're gonna need some sticky notes. So these are these really cute pastel colors. I use this every single day in my Bible, not just to write reminders. I put notes on it to add color to the pages. As far as color coding in the Bible, everybody has a different system. At first I was like, okay, red is, sin, and blue is this, and, green means this. I stopped doing that because that was just too much work. So what I do now is I use sticky notes that correlate to the highlights. So even from here, obviously you can't even see the words, but this sticky note correlates to this orange highlight. Blue and blue, green and green. If I don't use a sticky note, I'll do a pink pen with pink highlighter, a purple pen, purple highlighter. I do think the sticky notes add color and fun and dimension. I don't necessarily just want text on every page, so I like mixing it up. What I've also noticed, but if I write on one side, it sometimes bleeds through. So what I started doing is I'll write on one side, sticky note on the other. Here's kind of an example. So I'll write on one side, and then on the flip side, you'll see I have this sticky note. So you don't see it bleeds through. Again, it adds color and fun and dimension. I use sticky notes for everything, whether it's like on the actual text and you can lift it up, have this as a reminder of like the scripture that I want. You get the idea for sticky notes. And I have a stack that I use, and then all I do to make them like the perfect size is the general sticky note paper. I just literally take scissors, cut it in half, and now you have two of these. And so if I have extras, I usually just stick it on here, and I use those. So we got sticky notes, we got colored pencils, and again, I got everything from a discount store, so these are $1.29. So another thing that I started doing is Mod Podge, I always butcher that, napkins into the Bible. And so it adds so much fun, color, dimensions, style, creativity. When I'm doing it, I'll put like a hard piece of paper behind as I'm painting on. Sometimes it's hard to take it off, or it might like kind of slightly tear the page. Somebody in the comments below, and I'll see if I can link them, so thank you so much for the recommendation, get a placemat. These are really nice because one, they're crazy cheap. Put this underneath, and then this is easy to like wash off, it's easy to unpeel it. So I got one of these. Gather here with grateful hearts. Like, there was a bunch of different designs and I just grabbed something. Doesn't necessarily make a difference. Just having one of these is really handy when you're doing the napkin tutorials. With that, I wanted to include a bunch of different napkins. So I grabbed each style. So we have those orange ones. I have these cute lemons, and I don't know if that's clementines. These flowers, those are beautiful. Hearts, lemons, and then I just found these new ones, so I haven't even used these yet, these roses. You don't want to get too much because maybe they're not necessarily into the style of it, but you have something that'll at least get them started. You want to get some napkins. And then in the theme of doing the painting and the napkins, you will want a little thing of Mod Podge and a paintbrush. So I have that. And then we have 2 little boxes of crayons. We have these little sticky tabs. At the top of my Bible, you'll see a bunch of these tabs. Like I have a lot of red tabs that say prophecy. Usually I have these in the Old Testament that prophesizes Jesus is coming. You know, if there's any other things that I really want quick access to, Proverbs 31 woman. So I have that. Fruits of the Spirit. You can use them for whatever you want to link back to. So I wanted to definitely include some of those. And then washi tape, you definitely have to have some of this. Dollar store, all of these for $1.99. Just something to get them started. And then I found this perfect little box container so I can keep things organized and just a little bit better to gift them with. So that holds 2 boxes of crayons, the paintbrush, washi tape, the Mod Podge, and the sticky notes. I probably could add something else, but we'll just stick to that for now. So that's nice and handy. And then we have some highlighters. You gotta have highlighters. You can get a bigger pack, but I know my mom has a ton, so I didn't need to get too many. This is fantastic. So you can find these at Hobby Lobby. It's a mini watercolor kit. And so it has everything you need in there. It has all the paints, it has the brush, it has the palette where you can like mix everything up. So that is perfect. I think that could actually fit in that container as well. This I really like. People might use it, might not. If you are a Bible journaler, I have a feeling you love organization and paper material and crafts. You're just probably an organization person. So what I love about this, so this is what I have. I have a variety of categories. So I have infographics, I'll explain what all those are. Paper, ready to go, stencils, and stickers. For instance, my stickers, I have letters. I have a lot of stickers that came with my planners, and not all of them are gonna be applicable, but there's a good amount, you know, that says like, don't forget, or stuff like that. Like I've been able to use those. I got these butterflies. I haven't used them yet. This booklet, so it has all these different ones, and I think I got it from Hobby Lobby when they were on sale once. I can always find a spot to put stickers, especially to point to scripture. That's something that I really want to remember and focus on. I think I bought these from Amazon, and I've used them a few times. I thought they were stickers. They weren't, but they're these like little clear flowers. And so I just glue them in, you know, you can add that in there. So what you could do if you have some specific stuff that you want to gift, get all those little things, label some of the dividers, and build their container with all these goodies. So I got that guy, $1.99. Cheap. I have my business cards. What's on that is all my information to access my YouTube videos, and so you have the QR code too. So if she wants to pull up any YouTube references, or whether I'm gifting this to my mom or anybody else, she can always just use that QR code, pull it up, and get all these different ideas. So I'm gonna include that in there. Oh, and let me show you some of the other ones. So like infographics, I think I printed these out on Pinterest. There was a link to a download. I think she's Jewish. So obviously the New Testament isn't going to be in there, but the Old Testament will be in there. And so she had all these verses and imagery. Look how cute. I would either watercolor or colored pencil. I would cut them out. And so that's what I mean by infographics. Look how cute. Maybe what I'll do, print some of those out. Not necessarily color, because my mom's a pretty good artist and I want to give her the chance to kind of have fun and play with it. That's the fun part of it all. So for instance, like here is, an example of one of the infographics. I think this is the Samaritan woman at the well. I think I put the wrong infographics at some of the other spots. And then paper, these are usually for tip-ins, fun little note cards that I would add in. I do have an upcoming video on doing tip-ins with vellum paper. Vellum paper is like this kind of sheer paper, and so I probably wouldn't take notes on this. I would write a verse and then add that as a tip-in so you can still see the scripture behind. I am very much looking forward to doing that. I just have to narrow down the scripture that I want to write on there. Ready to go means they're tip-ins that I've already designed, and anytime I need, here's another, his head's chopped off. That is another infograph, and instead of just cutting out each individual one, I turned it into a tip-in because then I can take notes on the backside. And then I found this image on Pinterest, so just printed that out, made that a tip-in. Here's another one. I have one for stencils. I really haven't used these much. Those are kind of fun. Those are some birds. And then stickers, which we already went over. So that's what that is. So 2 more things. Saving the best for last. Then I found, again, this container, this basket, $3.99, fits everything perfectly. So I really like this, perfect size. Now, this is the part I'm most excited for. You have all the journaling stuff. But what about the Bible? I know she does have a Bible, but she says the margins are a little bit too small. The font's a little bit too small. And so I've been on the hunt looking for a Bible, and I found the perfect one. I've actually collaborated with Spiral Bible, and it is this incredible company that comes out with these Bibles. There's New Testament, Old Testament, different versions of the Bible, and it's in this spiral format, so it's so easy to open up, lay out, journal, take notes. You're not like bumping around. I mean, as much as I love this Bible, sometimes it's hard to get in the crevices and do everything, whether you're painting or coloring. And so this is so convenient that it just opens up completely flat. Not only that, they're made in the United States. They use thicker paper than traditional Bibles. It's easier to do journaling because it's not going to bleed through as easily. It's going to hold on to all the craft that you put on craft. C-R-A-F-T, all the craft that you put on top of it. And the font is much bigger. So it's a 10-point font, which is traditionally bigger than the regular Bible. And they're coming out with an even larger font. That is fantastic, and it's accessible for anyone. So I'm probably gonna keep this one enclosed and wrapped. This is the garden cover, and it is so on point with my mom's style. I got her the New Testament and the American Standard Version. So they do have King James Version, but remember, this is beginners. And so I wanted something that was a little bit easier for her to grasp. And then we're doing the New Testament. I think the Old Testament can be even more intimidating for some than the New, but it's interesting because I think I'm enjoying reading the Old Testament more. I think because the Old Testament is very much like factual and history, so it's easy. You don't really have to like read into things or like ponder deeper, whereas the New Testament, I don't know, it's just different. But anyways, so I'm so excited for that. And I got one as well. So I did the New Testament, but I did the King James Version. The Bible that I work through is the Christian Standard Bible. It's a little bit more basic and easier to understand. I wanted a version that could push my understanding, that I could get a completely different understanding of the verse, and not different because obviously they're designed to be similar, but more closely related to the original text. Let me show you what it looks like. Lays completely flat. I mean, you can go like this, you can do anything. Look at the size of these margins, so much room. The paper is thick, and I'm telling you, 10-point font makes a difference. My mom generally wants something that's a little bit larger, and this is gonna be fantastic. You can still even do tip-ins in here. What I could do is actually get her the tabs, you know, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and put those on the end. But she can even make her own with those little sticky note things that I'm putting in hers. So I love this color. This is just the pink version. Well, I think it's having multiple Bibles in different versions is so beneficial because one verse is gonna read completely different than another. So for instance, let me find my favorite verse. This is my life verse. Okay, so I'm gonna read my favorite verse, call it my life verse, from two different versions. So this is the King James Version in the Spiral Bible. So it's James 1, verse 2 through 4. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Now, if I just read that by itself, I don't think I would fully grasp what the verse is trying to tell me. And I start with that one for this video just to show you the difference of the versions. I like having a more easy to understand version of the Bible as my main Bible, but then having this resource as a second one to cross-reference, because I might pick something up in this verse that wasn't in this one, but this is more closely related to the original text. So let me show you. So I'm gonna read the same verse in this version. Well, here's another tip and example. I love this one. I forgot I did this one. So this is James 1, 2 through 4. Consider it a great joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you experience various trials, because you know that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And let endurance have its full effect, so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing. So I'm guessing you might be able to grasp a little bit more from that one. As you dive in and research and dig apart this, it's really good to go back to the original one, because the King James Version, what's unique in this one, in verse 4, it says, but let patience have her perfect work. And her is actually italicized, meaning there's something with that. Why is that feminized? Why is it her and not his? You just pick things up that I would have never realized or picked up in just one version. So that's why I got the King James, because I wanted something different to challenge my reading and so that I can pick up new things. So I'll make sure to link this in the show notes. And what's so nice about this is it fits perfect in the basket. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna combine everything in there, and I'll make it fun. Oh, last thing I'm gonna add in there, I'm gonna get a little kind of like square size, and I'm gonna print it on cardstock. It's going to have a link and a QR code to some of my top Bible journaling videos, how to put a tip in, how to start Bible journaling, how to do Bible journaling while you're traveling, all these different ones with the QR code. She could just take her phone and scan it. It's a really handy cheat sheet for anything that they might come across. I'll add it, the enduring word, or any other sort of resources that I think she would find beneficial. And then obviously I will make a QR code for this video so she understands the context behind all the individual pieces that I put in here and how you can use them in the Bible. I will put this all together. I'll show you the card at the end, and then we'll wrap it up all cute. I am gonna see her next weekend. So I will have this done and ready for her, and I cannot wait to gift this. I hope this was helpful. If you have a friend that is just kind of tiptoeing into the word or even into church, I have a few that automatically come to my mind of they've brought up conversations to me that they're curious or, oh, I'm thinking of going to church. This is the person that you want to do this gift guide for. All of this was relatively inexpensive. It's fun, it's exciting. I mean, you get a little package like this all wrapped up in a cute bow. How incredible and inspiring is that? And what I can do too is, if you're interested, that postcard that I'm going to include, I'll make sure to link that in the show notes where you can download that. So if you make your own gift basket for a friend for Bible journaling, you can print that out and include that in here so they have resources for all these different videos and how to add fun, flair, and creativity into the gospel. Or maybe you have a friend who reads the Bible regularly, but they've never really played with Bible Bible journaling, get this for them. There is so many people that can benefit from a gift basket for beginner Bible journalers. If you end up making one of these, please let me know. I would love to hear what you put in because I'm sure you guys have so many incredible ideas. I mean, that placemat I learned from one of you guys. There's so much you can incorporate in here. I hope this was helpful. It doesn't have to be expensive. Go to Dollar Tree, Marshall's, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, endless amount of resources. Until next time, guys, talk to you soon. Bye.